Realism. It's a form of art in which something is represented in a way that is true to life. Realism can be an intricate process. Normally, if you were to draw an object, you'd draw the basic outline, maybe you'd block in some of the prominent colors, and maybe you'd also do a little bit of shading. However, in realism, you have to attempt to recreate every little detail, from the colors to the highlights and shadows to every single little crevice on the object. In this video, I will attempt to draw 4 realistic pieces of art. I was bored one night, so I sat down, threw together a rough little sketch, and filled it in with some colored pencils, giving me this drawing of a glass with a gold rim. The colored pencils I used were the Staedtler Ergosoft Aquarelle pencils. These are watercolor pencils, but I've always just used them as normal colored pencils. As far as the drawing is concerned, I think it looks alright. Although if you do get close to it, a lot of it is not really blended together very well. Now, I actually find it difficult to blend these pencils. Maybe because they're old, or maybe these pencils are just not made for great blending. Or maybe I'm a talentless sack of crap. I posted this drawing on my Instagram story and got some relatively positive feedback, making me realize I could use this for clout. And that's why I decided to make 3 more drawings. With my second drawing, I decided to take a more planned approach. I wanted to draw a rose, so I found a reference image, and in order to get an accurate sketch, I measured points on the image and plotted them onto my paper. Then I joined them together with lines and curves to get the final sketch. I started measuring the points by placing my ruler parallel to my laptop screen. But after realizing this makes me look like a social reject, I started using the ruler tool on Photoshop. I did make a little time lapse of this drawing, but it's not very high quality. Now, you may ask me, if I planned on making a YouTube video about all of this, shouldn't I have been a little more proactive and properly recorded all of my drawings? And that is a great question. Moving on. This drawing looks fine, although I do think there could have been a little more contrast. I didn't do a great job with the highlights, making the image look a little flat. Although I do like the intricacy of this drawing, as it has many tiny individual petals. Pineapple Fanta is an elite soda, so I gave it the greatest honor I can bestow, a drawing. Once again, I went over the same process. I converted the reference image into the aspect ratio of my paper, measured points, plotted them onto my sheet, joined them with lines and curves, and filled it in with color. Generally, I tend to lay down several layers of colored pencil, making the drawing look rich, vibrant, and even. After about a week of work, I ended up with this. It looks pretty decent, but there are a few clear issues. For starters, the yellow tone here looks quite a bit different from the actual color of a Pineapple Fanta can, which is kind of a major red flag. Furthermore, this green patch here is supposed to say caffeine free, but mine doesn't. You should note that this was an artistic choice, and obviously not me messing up the letters and filling it all with green. Finally, what's wrong with this pineapple? Nevertheless, at first sight, I don't think it looks too bad. I also posted this drawing on Instagram, and Fanta, yes, the official Fanta Instagram page, commented on it, which is probably the highlight of my entire life. Lastly, I wanted to try a portrait. In the past, I've made questionable attempts at drawing faces on this channel. But this time, it was going to be different. I'm a big boy now. For this drawing, I also made a little investment. I bought a set of 36 Derwent Colorsoft pencils. New equipment can make things exciting and fun. Just don't start obsessing too much over the equipment itself. So once again, I found a reference image, processed it in Photoshop, plotted points on my paper, and joined them. I started filling it in with color. For a while, things were fine, until I realized I had made a huge mistake. The paper I use is really smooth, and the color doesn't really show up very well on this paper. This makes perfect sense, as a rougher paper surface provides more surface area for the pigment to stick to. I just instinctively used smooth paper because that worked better with my old Staedtler Ergosoft aquarelles. Moments like this make it very important for me to specify that this video is not a tutorial. As you can see, half the time I myself don't know what I'm doing. After I was finally done with it, I was a little disappointed. Due to my choice of paper, the colors looked faded, and even the facial proportions seemed a bit off. If you look at it from certain angles, or under certain lighting conditions, it looks a bit better. But overall, it's pretty meh. Once again, the portrait has defeated me. In moments like this, you really have two choices. You can either succumb to the failure and give up, or you can face the challenge and rise. I've chosen to succumb to the failure and give up. So yeah, that's it. For now, I won't be making any more drawings. This was quite a bit of fun to do. I enjoyed making the drawings. Surely all of them had some issue or the other, but I think 2 of them actually turned out pretty well. With more practice, maybe I'll get better in the future, or maybe I'll pack everything away and give up trying altogether. Thank you for watching.